There often comes a time in life, right, when those who are experts in their field realize that it's time to take all the knowledge in their head and put it on paper. For Joe Schmitz, the founder of Peak Retirement Planning here in Columbus, the title author, now one he has earned twice. So I am happy to welcome Joe back to share more about his latest book in this sponsored segment. Good to see you, Joe.
Yep, thanks, Rob.
All right, congrats. The second book. First of all, tell us kind of the title and give us the synopsis what this one's about.
Yes, so my first book was I Hate Taxes, and that was a big buzz. It's actually one that kind of put us on the map from all around the country, had people reach out to us because of that book. This book is a little more simpler, so this is more on a comprehensive approach of retirement. So who this book is going to be best for is those who are in or near retirement, 55 to 70, who are trying to make sure they have everything in place.
Yeah.
We often say that, at least people come to us say, I don't want to make a stupid mistake. I don't know what I don't know. So our goal is to outline all of that. And we use a really easy to follow approach called the 5-pillar process. And it's actually the process we go through with our clients. And so they can basically grade themselves of, hey, where are we at, and are we doing the right things as we plan moving forward?
As we plan moving forward. And before we get into kind of those 5 pillars, Joe, I want to ask you, because you obviously have the knowledge, right, of being the founder of Peak Retirement. You have earned that and put it on paper now, but I want you to know, I want people to know, what do you think the difference is between your firm then and between what you do for folks and others who maybe, say they do the same thing?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it's how comprehensive we are. What we do is, it's hard to find out there because we have everything all in one place. So we have the attorney in one place, we have the CPA in one place, and all of the professionals, we collaborate together. And so a lot of advisors out there, I don't even know if I'd call them advisors, I'd maybe call them brokers or insurance salespeople, because maybe they only do investment planning, or maybe they only sell insurance products. And a lot of these folks may be doing dinner workshops all across the city, and so we try to differentiate ourselves to really show people that there's more than just that. And whether they work with us or someone else, we just want them to know that they're making the right decisions. They're making those educated, informed decisions. And if that's a different firm that's doing the type of planning, that's great. But it's just, for right now in Columbus, Ohio particularly, we just don't see it very often with people coming to us who are getting that level of service. That
level of service. Okay, so you mentioned the comprehensive, elements involved, all these 5 pillars. That's the reason you need so many people, right? So go through each pillar and kind of just remind us of some of the things that we should be planning for.
Absolutely. The biggest pillar of all is tax planning. And that's the one that's probably playing the least when you look at everything out there for retirees. And it's probably going to be the biggest expense if you've been a diligent saver. Especially if you've saved $1 million or more. When you take out money from those investments, you're probably gonna have to pay taxes. And so that's the one that everything is foundational for us. And so whenever we build plans, we're always thinking about what's the tax impact. And that pillar really plays a part in all the other 4. So when you look at investment planning, if you get a 10% return, that's great, but you may only get 7% because of taxes.
Right.
Or income planning, it's not necessarily how much you take out of your investments, it's how much you keep. Right? You may take out $100,000, but then you got to pay taxes. Now you may be able to keep $80,000. And then healthcare planning is a big one with long-term care, but also Medicare. And so with Medicare at 63, you start to get calculated of what your 65 premium will be. So the higher your income in retirement, the more you'll have to pay for healthcare, but you'll get the same coverage. And then the last one is estate planning, and that's the one where, how do we plan for end of life? And we kind of think of this as, yes, you need estate planning documents. That's one very important thing. Wills, power of attorneys, maybe a trust. But that's not everything. We need a rock-solid estate plan, which involves everything as far as saving money on taxes so the beneficiaries get the most wealth, making sure that spouse is good to go if one spouse passes away. So really just focus on all those areas and bringing them together is the key.
And bringing them together. And you do that, like you mentioned, in this book, and in a way that people can really understand, I think, and take in and have a base education about it, right?
Absolutely. I try to write it in a 4th grade level. So, financial planning is not something that everyone's an expert in. I'm sure a lot of people don't plan retirements every day. And so when they go to plan their retirement, we want to make sure it's simple, but also actionable so they can get it done.
All right. So let our viewers know then how they can get their hands on a copy of this book.
Yeah. So if they just reach out to us, there should be a link for our website there on the screen that they can go to, and we'll be sure to send them out our Peak Retirement Toolkit. So we'll even send them more than just a book, just so they can have the extra resources there as they plan for retirement. Some articles that got featured in Kiplinger, which we write a lot for them. We get featured twice a month there, and some other guides and articles there for them. So just hope it can be helpful for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's no harm in getting more education when it comes to your money, when it comes to planning for all that you want to do in retirement. So peakretirementplanning.com, again, the site you want to go to. Joe, thank you.
Yep, thanks, Rob.